Y'all ain't noticed since Pooh Shiesty been home, ain't been no 1017 repping. It ain't been no shouting out Gucci Man and I'm 1017 this and Gucci Man this and Gucci Man that. Ain't none of that.
Pooh Shiesty, the Memphis legend who took over the game and put 1017 records back on the radar, just dropped a bombshell that's shaking the entire rap world. After spending years locked up, he walked out expecting loyalty, but instead, he came home to silence from the very label that swore they'd hold him down. And right at the center of this messy betrayal, Gucci Mane himself. This isn't your average label beef. This one cuts deep. We're talking about trust, family ties, death, and stacks of money that disappeared into thin air. Yeah, real money. We're talking serious cash here. And if anyone thinks this drama's just gonna fade away, they clearly don't know how Memphis rolls. When things get personal down there, it's never quiet. It's chaos. Stick around, because what's coming next could easily spark one of the biggest showdowns hip-hop has seen in years. But before we get into the madness, we gotta rewind a bit. To really understand this tension, you need to know who Pooh Shiesty was to 1017 Records back in 2020. He wasn't just another artist signing papers, he was the label's future. When he dropped that hit, Back in Blood with Lil Durk, it didn't just trend, it took over the streets. Streams exploded into the hundreds of millions. And overnight, Pooh Shiesty went from local star to national heavyweight. The man wasn't just making music, he was building Gucci Mane's empire all over again. Pooh Shiesty brought that uncut Memphis energy the rap game was missing, the kind that felt real. His sound hit different, raw and straight from the streets, and fans from every corner of the country connected with it instantly. When he dropped his debut mixtape Shiesty Season, it didn't just do numbers, it went platinum. Overnight, 1017 Records was hot again, more alive than it had been in years. Pooh wasn't just dropping hits, he was stacking Gucci Mane's bank account with serious money, real profit coming from his grind. But then, October 2021 hit like a storm. Pooh Shiesty got arrested and later sentenced to 5 years in federal prison for a firearms conspiracy charge. For most rappers, that would have been the end of the story. Prison kills hype, momentum, and spotlight. But not for Pooh Shiesty. Even from behind bars, his name kept buzzing louder. Fans didn't switch up. They stayed locked in. His songs kept streaming like crazy, and the anticipation for his return hit levels nobody expected. During all that, Gucci Mane was out here talking big, saying how much he missed Pooh, how he couldn't wait for his star player to come home, and how 1017 was still strong and loyal. Gucci even went as far as cleaning house, dropping almost the whole roster except for Pooh Shiesty and Fujiano. To the public, it looked like loyalty at its finest. But now, we're learning that those public promises didn't match what was really going on behind the scenes. So let's take it back to when everything seemed perfect. When Pooh Shiesty first linked with 1017, it felt like hip-hop magic. Gucci Mane, the Atlanta trap legend, teaming up with a hungry Memphis street rapper who brought back that same raw energy Gucci once had. Gucci gave him the spotlight, the label power, the plugs, and in those early days, it looked like nothing could break that bond. Pooh Shiesty repped 1017 like his life depended on it. Every interview, every post, every verse, he made sure people knew where he came from. He'd shout out 1017 and call Gucci Mane the GOAT, wearing that icy 1017 chain like a badge of honor. To him, Gucci wasn't just a label boss, he was a mentor, even family. The loyalty felt real, solid, and honestly, why wouldn't it? Gucci Mane had opened doors most rappers from the streets could only dream about. Before 1017, Pooh was just another hungry Memphis rapper trying to get noticed. But once he signed, everything changed overnight. He was rocking big stages, linking with top names in the game, and seeing his face on billboards all across the country. The partnership looked like pure success from the outside, the perfect mix of street hustle and industry power. But what most people didn't know was that the foundation was already starting to crack. And it started long before prison came into the picture. Industry insiders were already whispering back then. Quiet talk about contract issues, about Pooh feeling shortchanged, about tension building between him and Gucci's camp. It wasn't public yet, and nobody was calling each other out. But behind the scenes, things were getting shaky. The smiles on camera were hiding real frustration. Fast forward to 2025, Pooh Shiesty finally touches down, walking free after years behind bars, and the whole hip-hop world is on standby. Fans are wondering, is he about to take over again? Everyone expected a huge 1017 comeback, chains, cash, and Gucci Mane rolling out the red carpet to welcome his star back home. But when the dust settled, none of that happened. No reunion, no flashy link-up, no sign of the old brotherhood. Then, out of nowhere, Pooh Shiesty drops a post on social media, and that's when everything flipped. Whatever he said had the entire internet buzzing, and people realized fast that this story wasn't about loyalty anymore, it was about betrayal. When Pooh Shiesty came home, he made one thing clear. Nobody really held him down except his family and his day ones. No label, no rappers, no so-called friends came through for him. He didn't call anyone out by name, but let's be real. It didn't take a genius to figure out who he was talking about. When you're signed to 1017 Records and say, no label looked out, everyone knows exactly where that finger's pointing. But the real question is, why did it go down like that? Word is, it all comes back to the money. And not just any money, but contract money. Here's how it breaks down. When Pooh Shiesty went away, he was still under his original 1017 deal. But once he got out, that deal had expired, meaning it was time to renegotiate. That's where things got messy, and fast. Pooh went in as a rising star with one big project under his belt, but he came out on a whole different level. By the time he walked free, Shiesty season had gone platinum. His fan base was massive, and his name carried serious weight in the industry. His value had shot through the roof, and any smart label boss would have seen that and matched the offer to his new status. But apparently, Gucci Mane didn't play it that way. Word in the streets is that when it came time to talk numbers, Gucci came with lowball offers, deals that didn't line up with Pooh's worth, his streams, or the impact he had on the culture. It was almost like Gucci was trying to sign him again under the same rookie deal from back in the day, even though Pooh was now a proven heavyweight in the game. But Pooh Shiesty, he wasn't having it. He knew his value, and he wasn't about to let anyone, not even Gucci, treat him like a rookie again. Pooh Shiesty isn't the same artist he was when he first got signed. He's wiser now, sharper, and fully aware of what he brings to the table. He's seen the streaming numbers, felt the non-stop love from his fans, and learned how this industry really works. So when Gucci Mane came back with weak numbers on that contract, Pooh didn't just sit quiet, he pushed back hard. That's when things between them really started falling apart. Since his release, Pooh's been silent about 1017. No posts, no interviews, no shout-outs, not even a freestyle mention. That flashy 1017 chain, nowhere to be seen. For someone who used to rep the label like it was his bloodline, that silence says everything. It's like he completely cut ties and didn't look back once. And according to Pooh Shiesty himself, Gucci Mane didn't exactly make his homecoming special. No welcome home love, no new ice, no car, no real cash gift, nothing. After doing years in federal prison while his music still made money for the label, all he got was silence. No celebration, no recognition, no you held it down moment, just business as usual, like nothing happened. That hit deep. But here's where the story turns even more personal and emotional. This isn't just about money or contracts anymore. It ties back to family and tragedy. Pooh's cousin, Big Scarr, was another fast-rising star under 1017, and the two shared more than just blood. They shared ambition, loyalty, and the same label dream. But in December 2022, everything changed when Big Scarr tragically passed away from an accidental overdose. He was only 22 years old. The loss hit the entire Memphis rap scene hard, but for Pooh Shiesty, who was still behind bars when it happened, that pain was deeper than anyone could imagine. After Big Scarr's tragic passing, everything around 1017 got even darker. The grief alone was heavy, but what happened next left everyone stunned. According to Big Scarr's own family, Gucci Mane allegedly asked for the 1017 chain back after Scarr died. Let that sink in for a second. A young artist loses his life, and instead of showing love, covering the funeral, or standing by the family, the conversation turns to getting the chain back. That move hit people the wrong way, deep. Big Scarr's brother took his anger straight to social media, calling out Gucci Mane directly. He claimed that when the family reached out asking for help with funeral costs, Gucci didn't just ignore them. He actually blocked their calls. He said Gucci wasn't moving like a real boss, not showing the kind of respect or care you'd expect from someone who built his brand on loyalty. That moment tore the image apart. The same man known for putting artists on suddenly looked cold and disconnected. Now imagine Pooh Shiesty watching all this unfold while still behind bars, seeing his cousin's name dragged into chaos, his family grieving, and his label boss turning his back. That had to eat him alive. At that point, it wasn't about contracts, it wasn't about music. It was personal. This was about family, blood, and respect. In Pooh's eyes, Gucci Mane wasn't just failing his cousin. He was exposing who he really was behind the fame. And to make things even more complicated, word is Pooh can't even reach Gucci directly anymore. Even if he wanted to hash things out man to man, it's not that simple. Sources close to the situation say Gucci Mane's wife, Keshia Kaoir, runs everything, from his phone to his social media. They say she filters who gets access, checks the DMs, manages the calls, and basically controls his communication. If you want to talk to Gucci, you've got to go through her first. And that gatekeeping might be part of why this tension never got settled. Keshia Kaoir decides who gets to talk to Gucci. She's the gatekeeper now. And yeah, some people might say, that's just a wife protecting her man. But in the music game, that kind of setup creates serious problems. Artists need direct access to their label heads. No filters, no middlemen, no blocked calls. When you've got a third party controlling communication, especially someone who might have their own agenda, it changes everything. It builds walls instead of bridges, and business turns personal real quick. For Pooh Shiesty, that means even if he wanted to sit down and talk things out with Gucci face to face, he can't. Every message, every call, every attempt to clear the air would have to pass through Keshia first. And judging by how things have unfolded, that path clearly isn't working. What could have been a private man-to-man talk has turned into a messy situation with no real closure. And here's where things hit cold reality. Pooh Shiesty finally realized something major. There's nothing Gucci Mane can offer him now that he can't do himself. Think about it. When he first signed with 1017, he needed Gucci's name, that label clout, the industry plugs, and the platform to get his career moving. Back then, he was just another talented Memphis artist fighting to get heard, and Gucci gave him the boost he needed. For that, Pooh was grateful, no question. But now, the game's flipped. Pooh Shiesty has his own movement, his own fans, his own numbers, and a brand that stands on its own. He's got proof, hit records, platinum plaques, and loyal supporters who'll stream whatever he drops. At this point, what does he really need 1017 for? If he wants distribution, he can walk into any major label meeting and get it. Or better yet, go independent and keep everything for himself. Pooh Shiesty doesn't need 1017's machine anymore. He is the machine now. His name alone moves numbers, trends, and headlines. He doesn't need a label pushing him. His fan base does that for free. When it comes to features, artists line up to work with him because of who he is, not because of any logo on his chain. The power dynamic has flipped completely. The student became the boss. Pooh isn't that hungry newcomer anymore. He's a certified star who went through the storm, did time, and came back with more respect, more credibility, and more buzz than ever. Now Pooh holds all the cards. So when Gucci Mane came with that lowball contract renewal, it showed one of two things. Either Gucci didn't recognize Shiesty's new value, or he just didn't care to. That right there was the breaking point. That's why Pooh's done repping 1017. Why he's moving solo, and why the bond between them feels beyond repair. He's not about to settle for less than what he's earned. Not anymore. But here's the big question. If Pooh Shiesty officially walks away, how will Gucci Mane react? Will he step up and defend himself, drop a track to tell his side of the story, or maybe try to smooth things over and save what's left of their relationship? Because if this tension ever spills out into public beef, it could wreck 1017's image overnight. Think about it. If Gucci couldn't stand by his biggest star when he came home, what other artist is gonna trust that label? What new talent would want to sign under someone who couldn't even support the face of his brand? The stakes are high now. For Pooh, it's about respect and knowing his worth. But for Gucci Mane, it's about his legacy, his reputation, and the very future of 1017 Records. This whole mess with Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane shines a light on something way bigger than just one falling out. It exposes a real problem in the music industry. Too many labels take advantage of young artists who don't fully understand the business side when they're just starting out. When Pooh Shiesty first signed to 1017, he was hungry, ready to take any deal just to get in the door. That's how a lot of artists get caught up. They're chasing a dream, not reading the fine print. But once an artist starts to grow, learns how the game works, and sees their true value, those early contracts start to feel less like opportunity and more like shackles. The smart labels, the ones that play fair, they see that growth and adjust. They renegotiate deals with respect, they show appreciation, and they keep their top talent happy. That's how you build loyalty, legacy, and real longevity. The problem is, not every label plays it that way. The ones that don't, They lose their best artists and end up with a bad rep. And right now, that's the cliff 1017 Records is standing on. If Gucci Mane doesn't make things right with Pooh Shiesty, if he doesn't prove that he values his artists and treats them fairly, 1017 could easily become one of those labels people warn new artists to stay away from. And let's be real, without Pooh Shiesty, what's really left at 1017? Fujiano's still tied up with legal issues, and most of the other artists have already been dropped or dipped out. Pooh was the face of the label, the franchise player. Losing him isn't just losing an artist, it's losing the heart of the brand. This moment right here is crucial for Gucci Mane. He can either step up, own the situation, and rebuild trust, showing the world he's a real boss who takes care of his people, or he can let pride take over, watch the fallout grow, and see his label's reputation crumble in front of everyone. Looking at the full picture now, it's obvious. The bond between Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane has completely fallen apart. What once looked like a dream team built on loyalty and mutual respect has turned into a story of betrayal, silence, and broken trust. Pooh Shiesty walked out of prison expecting the same label he helped rebuild to stand by him, to welcome him back with love and recognition. But instead, he got hit with weak contract offers, no real support, and had to sit back and watch his cousin's family get disrespected after Big Scarr's passing. That's not loyalty. And it's definitely not how you treat family or your biggest star. Now, Pooh's had enough. He's done playing the quiet game, and his actions say it all. He's not repping 1017, he's not shouting out Gucci Mane, and he's not pretending everything's cool. He's letting the world know that when he came home, nobody looked out for him. Not the label, not the boss, not the people who once called him family. That's a bold statement, and it's shaking the industry right now. The message is clear. Pooh Shiesty's moving on his own terms, and that truth alone could send shockwaves through hip-hop and leave 1017 Records facing the consequences. Now the big question, does all this stay as quiet tension, or is it about to explode into something way bigger? Will Pooh Shiesty step into the booth and finally speak his truth through the music? Will Gucci Mane clap back with his own bars or statements? Could this turn into one of hip-hop's next headline-making beefs? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure. The loyalty that once held these two together is gone for good, and in hip-hop, once that trust is shattered, it almost never comes back. This moment could change everything, not just for Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane, but for how the game views loyalty, business, and respect between artists and their labels. The world's watching to see what moves they make next. What do you think? Is Pooh Shiesty right to feel betrayed? Should Gucci Mane have done more to stand by his artist when he came home? Let me know what you think down in the comments. And if you want to keep up with every twist and turn in this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video, and hit that notification bell, because this drama's far from over, and you won't want to miss what happens next.